So for about the last week, I've been sick. I haven't had a chance to work on any videos. But I wanted to take a few minutes and show you this sheep trailer. I had to go out and pick up my ram. A buddy of mine at work wanted to borrow him to breed his ewes. So I went out there and picked him up, but I wanted to put my other three in here and kind of give you a visual on how much room there is. So I feel like I could comfortably put three more in here. Now this is something very simple that I come up with. It was a 4x8 trailer that got destroyed by my four-wheeler. I left it on here overnight and it rained the morning before I was going to go hunting. And it bent my frame, it bent the tongue, and it pushed the wheels through the floor. Now it was just a plywood floor, so no big deal. I ended up putting 2x6s on it. But I had to go through and straighten the frame, and I had to weld a new tongue. And what these pipes are just chain link fence posts that were given to me. And these are sheet panels. You know, it's pretty strong, it's very durable, it ain't gonna go nowhere. There's two sheet panels, and I took one and cut it in half, and that gave me my 8-foot links for the sides. And then the other one, the other 8-footer went on top, and that left me one 8-foot piece that I cut in half, and that went on the front, and the last piece went on the tailgate. Now the tailgate, it's just welded up square, nothing fancy. Anybody that can weld can do that. The hinges are just from Lowe's, or just chain link fence hinges that I welded on here, and I'll show you that here in just a second. But most importantly for me, this thing was just super cheap. Now you can see I've got 4 in here. It will probably be 2 or 3 years before I have 4 in here again. At the absolute most, I'm only going to sell maybe 2 a year. All 3 of the ewes are supposed to be bred, but one of them I'm going to keep, one I'm going to eat, and the other one I'm going to sell, possible. I might end up eating it too. I haven't made up my mind yet. So I'm not going to be making money on these. These are simply to mow my yard and give me something to eat. So I don't really need a $4,000 or $5,000 horse trailer. I don't need a fancy sheep trailer. That would really be a waste of money for me. And if you're not going to be in production where you're trying to sell and make money and actually farm, then you might not want something like this. You might actually need a bigger trailer. But if you're like me and you're not planning to make money, you just need something simple, this will work. Now you can see that this pipe fits really good onto this pipe. And what I've done is I went and welded all my pipes onto the frame, standing straight up, level, square. And then I made a mark over here on this side, and I made a mark over here on this side, and I drilled through that with a hose saw that was the same diameter of this pipe. And that gave me kind of a horseshoe cut. And that allows this pipe to lay flush down into here. And then I just simply welded right around it. And I'll give you a close-up of that here in just a second. And like I said, after I did all that, I put this on. I sprayed it with some primer. And you can see it works. And if they don't like it, they don't tell me about it. So I don't know. But again, this is something super simple that you can take and get ideas from. Or you can even copy this design for all I care. It doesn't matter. Like I said, I already had the trailer, but it was destroyed. So, I mean, it was scrap anyways. But I just thought I would convert it into this and make it something useful. And I think I have about $120 in the panels. The pipe was free. I didn't pay anything for that. It was demoed. Maybe $20 worth of hinges. And then I have the primer and a little bit of welding wire. But let me get you some close-ups and show you these hinges and show you these cuts, and maybe this will give you some ideas. So right here you can kind of see the horseshoe shape where it started up high and then kind of come down low, and this pipe right here just wraps all the way around that pipe right there. And again, that's how I did it with a hose saw. It was really simple. It just, when I drilled through this pipe, it cut it in half and allowed that to fit right inside that groove. Very simple. Anyone can do it. Again, I hope this gives you some ideas. I hope you're able to take this design and create something of your own. My hinges, like I said, are just normal chain link fence post hinges. I tried bolting it, but it allowed it to slip just a little bit, so I welded it, and it ain't gonna go anywhere. This is off of the old trailer tongue. Like I said, I had to make a new one, and that's just the old safety chain. It works. You know, I'll probably come up with something a little better later on, but for right now, there's no need. It'll be over a year before I use this trailer again. So I hope this helps, and come up with something of your own. Let me know what you think. Like I said, I like it. I'm not trying to be a farmer. I don't need nothing fancy. This certainly works great for me. So two things that I am going to change is I'm going to put a toe board around the edges. That way they're not able to get their hooves or their legs through the wire. I'll probably come up maybe to about right here. I'll maybe use like, I don't know, plywood or maybe a 2x6, something simple. And then I'm going to put down some 2x4 wire that I have left over on the bottom, just to give them some traction so that their hooves isn't slipping on this, or possibly a horse stall mat would work. But just something just to keep them from sliding around. But again, it's super cheap, and it's just something I come up with, and I did it. I did this in about 2 days, so it didn't take me too long. Hope you like it.